Hi, welcome again. So we have already covered 43 pages. Now move on to the next page, that is 44. Yeah. Webcomics have introduced new opportunities for and potential obstacles to flow. Daily strip and screen fitting comic pages flow in much the same way as their paper and ink cousins, and reading them is a pretty institutive process. But many multi-page webcomics yank readers out of the story by constantly forcing them to scroll, then hunt, then click, then scroll. Yeah, that is what he is trying to showing us. Webcomics, right? Some new experimental formats are distracting by their nature, of course, but even these can allow for smooth reading if all the navigating is done with a single control like an arrow key. No matter what shape your comics take, as long as navigating through them is a simple, intuitive process, that process will be transparent to the reader, and the reading flow can continue uninterrupted. We will get down to some nuts and bolts reading regarding this topic in chapter 5 and its online extension, chapter 5 and a half. For now though, whether you work in print, the web, or both, improving flow can help your audience enter the world of your story and pass from the one end to the other without ever being torn away by the world outside. Do that and your storytelling can put its full weight behind the story without the telling getting in the way. Okay, so now we have already discussed discussed about choice of moment, choice of frame, choice of image, choice of what, and choice of flow. We talked on into that into detail. If you will go back in my videos, and you can see there are 5 videos available. uh, I have uploaded earlier. You can watch all those 5 videos that will have information kind of choice of moment, choice of frame, choice of image, choice of word, choice of flow. You can get into detail. If you want to get into detail choice of moment, these five topic, if you want to get into detail, then you can go and check the videos so that you will be able to understand all these 5 goals, right? So clarity. Together, these 5 kinds of choice are what communicating through comics requires. And communicating with clarity means making readers comprehension your ultimate goal. So basically, the author has provided 5 kind of choices while making comic strip. So I think I have read and it was good enough. If you want to make comic strip, that five choices is there. Like, if you have a good choice of moment, if you have a good choice of frame, choice of image, choice of word, and choice of flow, so these are the steps that will be like you will have a great ideas about how to make a comic strip. Because when you will start to draw or start to making comic strip, that time you will find, while you are trying to making someone convey that the story, whatever is in your mind, you want to convey the story. For that, you would have to be clear, and that is the 5 steps that will help you a lot. If you have a clarity about these 5 steps, I think everyone can understand your comic strip. So let's see choice of moment. Goals: connecting the dots, showing the moments that matter and cutting those that don't. Okay, so the goals are clear. Connecting the dots, showing the moments that matters and cutting those that don't. Tools: the six transitions: moment to moment, action to action, subject to subject, subject to scene, aspect to aspect, non-sequitur. So basically we have already discussed about the tools, whatever is required in the while choice of moment, when we have a good moment of choice, right? Then we have a tools. These five tools are there. You can get into detail in my earlier videos. Minimizing panel: count for efficiency, or adding panels from emphasize characters of moment, mood and idea. Again I'm reading: minimizing panel, count for efficiency, or adding panels for emphasize characters of moment, mood and idea. Okay, now go to the other choice. Choice of frame. Goals: showing readers what they need to see, creating a sense of place, position and focus. So basically while making comic strip, not only the character is important but also the background. So you have to be aware, like whatever you are making for your character, is that really matching with the background? I mean to say, if you are perfect in perspective, not I'm talking about totally perfect, if you are aware about perspective, then you will make your character with the perspective very calmly and in a good way. So sorry for the background noise, due to the children. Okay, let it go. Tools that is required in choice of frame: frame size and shape, choice of camera angles, distance, height, balance and centering. So basically while making the choice of frame, so you have to keep in mind what should be the frame size and shape. I think when we are choosing something like choice of moment, frame, image, word flow, it is not like that when you are working on moment, that doesn't mean you are not working on frame, image, word or flow. So every five choices will goes together. So you have to keep in mind, like whatever you are doing, everything is in everything should be in your mind. Then after you will be able to write a comic. So while so if you have a choice of frame, good choice of frame, then the tools that you need to be keep in mind, like what will be the frame size and shape. So also it depends upon what kind of character, what kind of background that time you chooses, right? So according to the character, like if a giant character in that frame, then definitely you're gonna make the big frame, right? And also if you want to show the lots of buildings and cars, then you will have a big frame. Okay, so the stabilizing, short, revealing and withholding information, directing reader focus. Goals: clearly and quickly evoking. Okay, so the next topic is choice of image. Goals: clearly and quickly evoking the appearance of characters, objects, environments and symbols. So the choice of image, if you have a good choice of image, and definitely you will have a good choice of image, why? After making your lots of effort and practice, that will help you to choose a good image. Goals: clearly and quickly evoking the appearance of characters, objects, environments, and symbols. So whenever when you are making comic strip, that time you will have a word, and you're gonna make a drawing, and then you will connect with the word. That time, according to that, you're gonna make a frame, and then uh, you will you can change the frame size or shape. It depends on the what kind of characters are there and what kind of environments are appearing that time. So basically it depends on that. Tools that we're gonna use for image, choice of image: every artistic graphic device, every invented resemble resemblance, specificity, expressions, body language, and the natural world. Stylistic and expressionistic device to affect mood and emotion. Okay, now move on to the another topic: choice of word. So if you have a good choice of word, you have a choose a good word, then the goals will be clearly and persuasively communicating ideas, voice, and sounds in seamless combination with images. So it is very important, because so whatever you have a word in your mind, like whatever your story in your mind, that gonna be connect with your images, right? So tools that requires in the choice of word: every literary and linguistic device ever invented. Range specificity, the human voice, abstract concepts, the evocation of other senses. Balloon sounds effects and word pictures integrations. And the fifth, choice of flow goals: guiding readers between and within panels and creating a transparent and intuitive reading experience. So basically the fifth choice of flow, we were already discussed about it, we have already discussed about it. So what was the goal? So basically here is the summary of all those five uh, choices that we have discussed in detail. Now we are summarizing all these things. Now we are in fifth choice of flow goals. Now we are discussing about what is the goals of this: guiding readers between and within panels and creating a transparent and institutive reading experience. So basically when we start to read the comic strip, a comic book, like whenever you are interested and you started to pick a book, um, let's say if you pick a book and if you are interested today to read the book of comic, then you started to read, but you don't have idea like where should I start from. So basically it is not the responsibility of readers, the responsibility is the who making the comic. While making the comic, you have to keep in mind the choice of flow. So it will be comfortable for the readers to read the comic strip, and it will be if in the flow that will help the readers to complete the book in a interesting way, right? Tools that are required in choice of flow: the arrangement of panels on a page or screen and the arrangement of elements within a panel, directing the eye through readers expectations and content, using moment, frame, image, and word in tandem. Okay, so now we are moving further. These are not steps that have to be taken in some predetermined order. These are not steps that have to be taken in some predetermined order. Most comics artists juggle all five as needed. Decisions having to do with moment, frame, and flow are likely to be made in the planning stages of a comic while image and word decisions are usually being made right up to the finish line. But you all find these choices can fit into any number of working methods. You might want to start with rough sketches of the whole comic, moment, frame, flow, then come up with the dialogue and narration, then create the finished art. So I think it is the good idea. So start with the rough sketches, like first of all, there is no need to make in detail every character. Simple Make into the simple way, right? You have a 5 steps, then choice of moment, choice of frame, choice of image, choice of word, choice of flow. So you can do these 5 things by rough sketches, and after then you will have a dialogue and narration. Start to write on everything, and at the end you can, what you can do, then create the finished art by detail it, and then it will be helpful to for you it will be helpful for you to uh, keep continue to be continue. Okay, or you might start with a full script written by you or someone else. Tap. Then use that to do your rough sketch layout, then create the finished art. So I think it is the best way, where what you can do first, if you will have the script, so that is the best way to make any comic books. Even if you want to make animation or any videos, if you will have a script, so that is the first stage that you have to cross. Then after, you can, what you can do, start to make the rough sketches and draw on the page and whatever. At the third stage, at the end, only there will be one thing you should do, what, finishing. So you can do that. Okay, let's see. You might even create one finished panel with no idea what happens next. I'm so lonely. Moment, frame, image, word. They do the same with the panel too, and just keep going. Oh. And yeah, you can do, but I think if you don't have much idea about what you're gonna do, and you have made one strip and you're gonna make another strip, so it's not I think best idea. So what you can do, first of all, write your script, whatever is in your mind, and then start to draw on your comic strip in a simple way, and then finally what you can do, detail it. Then I think it will be better for you. No matter what working method you choose, making comics comes down to a series of decisions, and each decisions you make can be informed by and evaluated on the basis of these 5 categories. So basically the author wants to say decisions you make can be informed by and evaluated on the basis of these 5 categories. So whatever you are making, at the end what you can do, see whether the choice of moment is good, or you should uh, be good, you should to be good, or you should to make it better. So whatever your choice of frame, is it truly best, or you should make it better. Likewise these 3 you can evaluate it. You can evaluate all 5 things, 5 choices. Is that really your comic strip has these 5 choices in a better way? Then definitely your comics gonna be look better, and will be comfortable for the readers to read. Not only the comfortable, for interesting also. Example, let's improvise a simple story told as clearly as possible, and see how our 5 kinds of choices can be made in real time. Okay, so it is interesting to know about what is the use of this choice, these 5 things, like choice of moment, choice of frame, choice of image, choice of word, and choice of flow. We will start with a few throwaway characters. An undercover cop, a hapless doofus, a mysterious woman, a securify guy. Let's start their story with a big stabilizing shot to show where the action is taking place, then a middle shot to introduce characters A and B, and then a close up on character A. Now, as you can see in the first panel, in the first frame, there is a background picture here, and then after two characters are here, A and B. I forgot what was that. Let me see. So A is an undercover cop and B a hapless duffus. Let's see what happened next. Three moments accommodating three different frames on the same scene. Three moments accommodating three different frames on the same scene. So basically in this scene what you can see, the same time, like if the time is right now 2:30, at that time the background of the that scene is like here you can see, and at the same time this one, and at the same time this one. So that's the author is saying three moments accommodating three different frames on the same scene. We would have done many more frames, but three gets the job done. Definitely if you want to get the job done, so we have to recognize whether we want whether we need a lot of scenes at the same time, or at the same moment, or there is need to be another moments, or lots of moments. I don't think so. Like you can see, as you can see here is only one scene, one frame, but sorry, one scene, three frame and three moment. So in only one scene there are three moments, and it is sufficient. So that's why the author wants to say we could have done many more frames, but three gets the job done. Definitely no fireworks in the images department, just a few recognizable details, but our choice of image is at least specific. We know we are in Miami like city. We know character A is a serious guy. Definitely it seems like the he has a cigarette in his hand, and it is a kind of a serious man, right? And I don't know what is the B person kind of person in this scene. I can't recognize what kind of persons, whether he is a dull person or happy person or sad person, I don't know. Okay, let it go. We know what we need to know for now. Now as A starts following B, notice how both are shown in frame to reinforce their relative positions. Also despite changing viewing angles, both maintain a left to right forward flow, tracking the reader's usual reading directions. Okay, yeah. Next, by showing characters A and B from character C's point of viewing. So what is happening actually, you should look at again. Look at what he's saying. Now as A starts following B, yeah, you can, in this scene you can see A is behind the B, right? A cop person is behind on the undercover person behind of the B. Notice how both are shown in frame to reinforce the relative positions. Also despite changing viewing angle, both maintain left to right forward flow, tracking the reader's usual reading direction. Okay, right. Next, by showing character A and B from character C's point of view, we give readers a clear sense of where all three characters are in relation to one another. Yeah, so let's see what was the three a mysterious woman. So basically here you can see, so three, how beautifully the author connect the three characters. Like for in first of these, first he introduced two characters A and B, as you can see here in this frame and this one. And then after how he is following the second B person, I mean to say A person is following the B person, and in this scene also, and how the third person we can determine, like someone is watching, and that is the third person, and that is the C woman, you can see. So how well designed and how well you can say in detail that he made this. It is how we can recognize all the characters A, B and C. It was not practical to show all three characters in a single frame. They had been too small in a long shot, but the visual fragments still add up to a single idea. So here you can see in only one frame it is quite difficult to show the three of them in only one frame. It is quite difficult, so that we are changing the frame, we are changing the scene, right? Actually we are not changing the scene, we are changing the moment in the same scene, right? So here you can see the C is upstairs and the A and B are downstairs. Okay, double circular shape of the binoculars in the first panel tells us we have introduced a third point of view. Definitely it is interesting. Like as you can see, it is not only a rectangle panel, it is a kind of a double circle panel, and it indicates that someone is watching by binoculars. Then we pick a long enough angle to show C's positions on the roof, plus a close enough angle to show C's face and the binoculars clearly. Yeah, so basically the woman who is watching from the upstairs on, that there are two person A and B, and the third person that is C, a woman is watching the both of them. And that is what, if I want to introduce, and yeah, you should to introduce the third persons who is watching the both of them. So the first person, then we what the author said, then we pick a long enough angle to show C's positions the roof. So it is the nice way. And also the close position is necessary while introducing the character, and also the face, we should introduce her face. That's why we are making a close up angle, camera angle, right? Now we have arrived at the next important location, so the camera pulls back again for another stabilizing shot. Also with these introduction comes our first dialogue. Okay, now the author is introducing the fourth character, that is D character. And what was the fourth character? Let me know. Let me see. Sorry. I will. A scruffy guy. Scruffy guy. Now let's see. Go it. Let's see. That's it. Good job. Got the cash. The next two moments are framed a bit too close to show us exactly what is being bought or for how much, and the words are not very specific either. Choice of frame and choice of word are both holding out on us. Here you go. Thanks. Click. Police, you are under arrest. Oh, what true? It seems like he was following the A person that was undercover, right? He is undercover and he was following the A and B. And now what happened in earlier, so the B person was and the D person are met with each other, now you can see. And then it seems like the D person is giving him up money, and then after it seems like something went wrong. That's why police came, and he was saying you are under arrest. it seems like they are not a good person, right? We can recognize. Because of that, it's a deliberate lack of information. We only know what character A knows. In fact, panel 2 here is shot from A's point of view, so his discovery feels like our own. For the illegal possession of, definitely. I swear I didn't steal it. Relax, kid. It looks like I've been triggered. Now, as soon as words enter the pictures, alone wouldn't quit tell the whole story. Without police, for examples, you might miss the badge and just assume that character A was a crook. Notice too how many of these actions to action choices are composed for left to right flow, resulting in a sense of forward movement. Yet when characters A turns his head against the flow, it helps put on the brakes just as the action slows down. Like as you can see here, the policeman came and how he turns the head against the flow, right? Or as happens next, the camera can share information with readers that characters A does not have, especially the amount of money B got and the presence of gun in a panel. Can we go now? Sorry kid. Gotta take you back to the station. Just a few questions. You understand? Oh yeah. So for the time being, the police has allowed to let go, and now you can see it seems like police are saying, you understand, that means you are not a thief, that's why you can go. Notice how moment frame and image accommodate each other, adding moments to include angles which reveal meaningful details. Definitely. Here also we see how words and pictures can operate on different planes. One relying dialogue that all can hear, the other showing information, the amount of money that only some know about. Gotta take you back to the station. Just a few questions, and by telling readers in on the secret of our choice of frame and image may leave them feeling a bit like collaborators. Next, it's worth pulling back the frame, not for a few scenes, but because of your understanding of these scenes is changing. Also, with physical conflict, the locations of characters matters. What the? Get out! Get out of here! Okay, so the character was B shoot the policeman and get out of here. He ran away. They ran away. And as the scenery starts shifting fast, it's important to continue framing the actions with long shots and middle shots to flow readers to take it all in. As you can see, it seems like he's riding the bike in a fast. Dude, is someone standing on that truck? Having kept all frames at the same height to this point, adding a double height panel can change the flow of action to accommodate a vertical shift. Now as you can see, the C character, that was a woman, and he's an undercover woman. Now as you can see what she's doing, so interesting, And finally, a few close-ups as we move in for some characterizations or what passes for it with a throw away story like this one. Hijack. I think you have something that belongs to me. And he's saying, no way. Three sides in the pouch. Goodbye. This relationship is not working, Doris. Note that the visual in these panels don't features many fancy camera angles or stunning imagery. If we had to create the dramatic content in the art, we might say low to moderate. In other words, the choice of moment, frame, line, flow in these examples are governed by clarity. For more than they are intensity. What the hell it is? Okay. Now, defining intensity is a subjective business for some people. A comic field with nothing but panels of one person asleep in their bed, shot from the same angles again and again, might be considered intense. But for now, we will use it to refer to those visual techniques which add contrast, dynamism, graphic excitement, or a sense of urgency to a panel. Techniques such as like this: extreme depth cues, the sense of great distances, extreme closeness, and the contrast between them, while variations of frame size and shape, graphic contrasts, bold juxtapositions of colors, shapes, and brightness, exaggerate poses and expressions, virtuous drawing techniques, rip, breaking the fourth wall, borderless and bordered, breaking characters and object, diagonals, tilted subject angles, and so forth. You get the idea. Yeah. So I think for today it is sufficient. Now we have covered 10 pages for today, and that's for the today's, guys. Hope you will like this video. So see you in the next video. Till then, bye. Thank you.